Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today it's gonna be a short introduction to lines. So first I will show you how to find an equation of line using the slope-intercept form, and then using the slope point form, and we will talk about how to graph lines and parallel lines and perpendicular lines equations. Then we can talk about horizontal lines and vertical lines. So stay tuned. So to get started, we need to find the slope first. So to find an equation of line, you need the slope first. And the formula for the slope is change in y over change in x. So the slope m equals change in y, so that's y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So for example, if we have 2 points, 2, 1 and 1, 3, and we want to find the equation of line that passes through these 2 points. So first of all, let's find the slope. M equals, so you can label them as this, you can label this as x2 and this as y2 and these two as x1 and y2, y1 I mean. So this should be y1. So it doesn't matter which one you label it as x1 and x2, but just keep them in order. So if we label 3 as y2, x1 should be x2. So now y2 minus y1, so that's gonna give me 3 minus 1, and x2 minus x1, that's 1 minus 2. So I get 3 minus 1 is 2, and 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So the slope is negative 2. Now, using the slope y-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, so m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So we already find the slope is negative 2, x plus b. Now I can use any point. I can use 2, 1 or 1 and 3, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna use the point 1, 3. So the point 1, 3 is underlined. That's mean y equals 3 and x equals 1. So that's 3 equals negative 2 times 1 plus b. That's give me 3 equals negative 2 plus b. So solving for b, I'm just gonna add 2 to both sides, and I get 5 equals b. So the equation now for this line is y equals negative 2x plus 5. So that's the equation of line that passes through the point 2, 1 and 1, 3 using the slope y-intercept form. Now, using the point slope form, I need space here, so need space. And let me show you the formula for the point slope formula. So it's y minus y1 equals m, which is the slope again, x minus x1. And doesn't matter which point you use, you get the same equation. So we have the points 2, 1 and 1, 3. So I'm just gonna go with the 1, 3 point. So y minus 3 equals negative 2, we just find, and x minus 1. So I get y minus 3 equals negative 2x, I'm distributing the negative 2, plus 2, because minus 2 times minus 1, double negative is positive. So, and now let's add 3 to both sides, because I want y by itself. So you get y equals negative 2x plus 5, which is the same thing we get before. So you can change it to y, the slope y-intercept form like this, or you can just leave it like this in the point slope form. So you're just gonna get y minus 3 equals negative 2x plus 2 here. So this is in the slope point formula, and the first one this is the slope y-intercept form. So these two ways to find an equation of line given 2 points. And if you are given the slope and 1 point, you can also find the equation of line. So suppose the slope is 2, so m equals 2, and the point, it's I'm just making up these numbers, it's 5 and negative 1, and we want to find the equation of a line with slope of 2 and passes through the point 5 and negative 1. So you go and use y equals mx again plus b. So we are given the slope is 2, so 2x plus b, and now we are given a point 5 negative 1, so y is negative 1 and x is 5, so 2 times 5 is 10 plus b. So solving for b, subtract 10 from both sides, I get negative 11 equals b. So the equation will be y equal 2x minus 11. So that's the equation of that line with a slope of 2 and passes through the point 5 and negative 1. Now, let's move on to how to graph lines. And I need some space here. So we're gonna stick with the same line we found before. So y equal negative 2x plus 5. So y equal negative 2x, negative 2x plus 5, and let's graph it. So we have 2 points, 2, 1 and 1, 3. So 2, 1, that's 2, that's 1. So the first point, 2, 1, is right here. So again, label this is y-axis, and this is the x-axis. So the first point is 2, 1. The second point is 1, 3. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So that's the second point, 1, 3. And now you can connect the points. Just gonna change the color so you can see it. Yep, so now you connect the points. That's your line. That's the line passes through the 2 points, 2, 1 and 1, 3. You can also, using the slope and the y-intercept, to graph that line. So move in here, have more space. So this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. So 5 here is your y-intercept, so 0, 5. So 0, 5, I'm gonna go here and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5. And now the slope is negative 2. So the slope is negative 2. So that's mean negative 2 over 1. So that's mean you are going down by 2 units. So going down by 2 units and to the right by 1. So 5, and we go down by 2, 5, 4, 3, and to the right by 1 unit. So here you go. That's the line again, using the slope. So the slope is raised overhand, but when you have a negative sign, that's mean you're going down by 2 units and going to the right by 1 unit. Now let's move on to parallel lines. So parallel lines, 2 lines are parallel if they have the same slope. So for example, y equals 2x plus 3 and y equals 2x minus 1. These 2 lines are parallel because they have the same slope, which is 2. So they have the same slope here. So these 2 lines are parallel because they have the same slope. So suppose we are given an equation of line 1, and we want to find another equation to another line that's parallel to it and passes through a point. So for example, find the equation of a line that's parallel to y equal negative x plus 1 and passes through the origin. So we need the equation of line that's parallel to this and passes through the origin. So we know 2 lines are parallel if they have the same slope. So the slope here is negative 1. So the slope of this line is -1. Is -1. So m equals -1. So my line will be y equals -x plus b, and we are told that the line is passes through the origin, so that's mean y and x are 0 0. So 0 equals 0 plus b, so b is 0. So my equation will be y equal -x. So these two lines are parallel. This guy here and this guy here are parallel because they have the same slope. If they have the same y-intercept, they are identical. They are the same line. So now let's move on to perpendicular lines. And I need some space here. So perpendicular lines, two lines are perpendicular if their slopes are reciprocal to each other with the opposite sign. For example, y equal 2x plus 7 and y equals -1/2 x plus 5, for example. I don't want to make them go into those same y-intercept. So here 2 and -2 and -1/2 are reciprocal to each other with the opposite sign. So 2 and -1/2 are reciprocal to each other with the opposite sign. So one is positive, one is negative. So in other words, their product must be equals to 1. So if you do 2 times 1/2, -1/2, you should get -1. So reciprocal to each other with the opposite sign, or their product equals to -1. So so same thing here. Let's find, so we are given an equation of line which is y equal -1/2 x. I should change it to something else. So let's see, -1/3 x plus 1. And we want to find an equation of line that's perpendicular to this and passes through the point 1 1. So perpendicular to the first line with the slope of -1. So that's mean my second line should be with a slope of +3, x plus b. And we are told that's the point 1 1. It's on the line. So that's mean y equals 1 and x equals 1. So 3 times 1 is 3 plus b. And we subtract 3 from both sides. And we get -2 for b. -2 equals b. So now this equation is y equals 3x minus 2. So this line and this line are perpendicular to each other. Because the product of their slopes is -1. So -1/3 times 3, -1/3 times 3, you get -1. So they are perpendicular to each other. Now let's talk about horizontal lines. What's the equation of a horizontal line? So a horizontal line, it's something like this. It's parallel to x-axis. So this is y and this is x. So you see x is changing, but the y value is constant. So the equation of horizontal line, y is equal to a constant. So it can be like 2 here in example, 2. So this line, it's y equals 2. So the slope of horizontal line is 0. And you can double check using the formula. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And you see the y is constant, is 2 minus 2. And x's are different, so we don't have a problem here in the denominator, and we don't care what's in the denominator here, so it's just gonna be 0. So the slope of a horizontal line is 0, and the equation it's y equal constant. So for example, if the question, find the equation of the line, the horizontal line that passes through the point 1, -2. So you don't have to worry about the x coordinate here. Just find the y coordinate, and that's your equation. Y equal -2. X can be anything. So, and finally, let's talk about vertical lines. Need to have some space again here. So vertical lines is a line that's parallel to y-axis. So this is y, this is x. So this is called a vertical line. And you can see here the y is changing, but x is constant. So the equation of a vertical line, x equal a constant. So x is equal a constant. And let's find out what's the slope of a vertical line using the formula again. So we have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And you can see y2 and y1, it can be different numbers. So let's see, this point here is 2, and this point, I don't know, 3, and this point is 2. So the first point is 2, 2, and the second point is 3, 2. So let me make this not 2, because I don't want to confuse you, because I get 0 in the numerator, and that's fine, but let's change this to for example 1 here. Yeah, so 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, and because I don't want to get the same. Oh, okay, so I see. Yeah, this is 2 1, so this point is 2 1. Yeah, the reason why I change it to 1, because I don't want to confuse you with 0 in the numerator. So I want to show you that the slope is undefined because, yeah, because the axis coordinates are the same. So here it should be 2 2. So this point is 2 2. So I'm talking about this point here. This point here, it's 2 1, and this point is 2 2. So now y2 minus y1, we can do 1 minus 2, and x2 minus x1, it's gonna be 2 minus 2, and we have a problem here. So we have 0 in the denominator. We have 0 here in the denominator, which is not okay. So this is a problem. So that's why the slope of a vertical line is undefined, because of the 0 in the denominator. So yeah, so now let's see if you've been asked to find the equation of a vertical line that passes through the point -5 7. So don't worry about the y coordinate, it's just the x coordinate here. So your equation will be x equal -5. So I hope this short introduction help you understand how to do equation of lines and how to graph them and how to find out the difference between parallel and perpendicular lines, and also verticals and horizontal lines. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.